Hey, hello viewers. I hope you all are doing great and staying safe. So my name is Rajesh, and today we will be going to see our next topic in the Python series. So just let me clear one thing first. I think the camera has some problem with it. So just ignore that thing. Okay, so let's just start it with anonymous function. Okay, so what is the anonymous function means? So anonymous functions means that the function with the no name. Okay, so let's say we will be creating one function. Let's say we want to calculate square of some number. Okay, so we will be writing one function for that, right? Like this. And then we will do, we will create one variable result, and in that result variable we will be calling that function. And okay, so we have to pass one parameter here. Let's say I want to calculate 8 square, so I'm going to pass, and I'm going to print the result variable. Okay, so let me run this thing first. Okay, so now you can able to see that we are getting the 64 as a square of that particular number. Okay, but we are today we will be talking about the anonymous function. Okay, so what is its use? So we can reduce whatever we write here now to define the function. So we can reduce these efforts and make this function as an anonymous function. Okay, so how we will be going to do? So first, so let me say I'm going to use one variable. Okay, so a, and I'm just going to write operations. Means it will only take the two things. One is that particular variable, and another one is a whatever the we call that as a operation. Okay, but anonymous function can only take the single operation. Okay, so anonymous function has a no keyword, but we can also call anonymous function as a lambda function. So we can say that the it is a lambda function. Okay, so we have to define. So we all know that the whatever function we are so the functions in the pythons are actually the what we can say, functions in the pythons are actually the object. Okay, and we know that the object we can store in anything. Okay, so let's say I'm storing it in a f, and just let me run this thing. So first we have to remove this function. So you can see that. So I just need to f of 8 here, and if I'm going to run this code, and again I will be getting the same output. So why we are using the anonymous function? So whenever we have to reduce or minimize the size of that particular function, that time we are using the lambda function. Okay, so let's go ahead with that. So someone will say, but okay, so this is totally fine that we have to use anonymous function. We have because we have to reduce length of that particular function. But when we are using that thing, okay, so okay, so we are in this topic, we are using the three functions, inbuilt function, where we can see that the anonymous function is working. Okay, so first one is a filter function, another one is a map function, and another one is a reduce function. Okay, so we all know that these are the inbuilt function. Okay, so let me write down the first thing. Okay, so I'm just doing this thing. Okay, let's say how I'm creating one list. So let's say list is equal to let me create 9, 8, 7, 5, comma 4, comma 6, comma 3, comma 2. Just make the comma. Okay, guys. And let's say we have to find particular the even numbers from this particular list. So how we will be able to find the evens number? Okay, so I just say that we are going to use the filter function. Okay, so I'm just going to use the filter function here. And now you can able to see that the filter function takes the two arguments. Okay, so which are the two arguments? One is a particular whatever we are going to pass those list, or second thing is a iterable. Okay, so let's say I am going to pass one function. So we will create one function, easy one, and the second thing we have to pass is a iterable. So what we have to iterate? So we have to iterate over the list, right? But the even numbers are not only one number, so we have to also find out in a list. So I'm just taking this whole function in the list and giving a variable name as a list. Okay, so we know that the easy one is not a inbuilt function, so that is not going to calculate the even thing. So what we have to do, we have to define the easy one function. Then what we will be going to do, we will be going to, let's say we will be passing the n, and what we have to do, we have to return the if n is divisible by 2. Okay, so we have to return this thing. Okay, and lastly what we are going to do, we are going to print the even. Okay, so we take the events, right? Okay, so let me run this program. And okay, so it's giving error in the line number 10. Okay, so let me check this thing. So we are passing list objective. Okay, now is it iterable? Let me check. Okay, so list is a result keyword. Forward. Okay, so we can able to see that the even list is here is printed. Okay, but I'm talking about the lambda functions or anonymous function, but I'm using the function. So what is its use? So in the filter function, so first we have passing the function. So here itself we can use that lambda function. So we know that the lambda function or anonymous function is started with the lambda keyword, right guys? Okay, and it will take only one argument. Okay, so and we are okay, so lambda function has a some type of, we can say that the it has a limitation that only one, whatever the operation we have to do, we can only perform the one operation on the lambda itself. Okay, so I'm just going to do this thing. Okay, here, and I'm just removing this part of the function, so we don't have to define the function and all those things. So now if I'm running this, and now we are getting the same output, and which is a 8462. Okay guys, so now we are also talking about the second function, which is a map function. Okay, so map function. So let me tell you a story about the map function. So map is a function, we can say about the whenever we are taking some big okay, so whenever we are taking some big data chunks, that time we have to map some things, map some data with the other things. Okay, so let me try. So I want to let's say whatever the events number I get na, so I want to reduce those even numbers with the one value. Okay, so let me do that. So I will say, so minus, okay, minus, I want to do -1. So we know that it's again a list. So in that list, we are passing the map function. So map function again take the two arguments. One is a function and another one is a iterable. Okay. So function. So again, we will say is minus, we will say, and again, we will be passing the events here. Okay. So again, we know that what we have to do, we have to define the function. So I'm going to create the function here is minus. Again, what I have to do. So you all know that the whatever the events I will be getting here now, so I need to pass those things. Okay. So I'm just going to do simple things here. Again, I'm passing the one arguments and I'm doing the return, so n-1. So now whenever, okay, so let me print even here. Okay, and then let me print minus here itself. Okay, so now if I'm running this code, now I'm getting the output as 7351. So the map function is doing his work in an absolute manner. But again, we have to use the same thing. We have to use lambda function. Then why we are going to define it again? So we will remove this function first. And then here, instead of is minus function, we will directly pass a lambda here. And after that lambda, we will pass one variable, and then we will do operation here, which is the n-1. And okay, we will run the code again, and now we will be getting the same output again. Okay, so now the third function, which is a reduce function. Okay, so let me say how we can give the example of reduce. Okay, so let's say we have to add now all the numbers. We have to total the all numbers. Okay, so okay, and now I am using the reduce function for that particular thing. Okay, so again we will know. Okay, so it's giving us a rate, and what that rate, import function dot reduce. Okay, so actually, if whenever we are using that reduce function, now we have to import the reduce from the function tools. So from func tools import reduce. Okay, so now you can say that the error is gone, and now we know that it will also take the two arguments. One is a again we can say that reduce take the two arguments. One is again a function, and another one is a whatever we are giving the input. Okay, so in this we are giving the input as a minus. Okay, and okay, so let me write a lambda function here. So lambda, okay, and let's say n equal to a plus b. So it will take the two things from here. Okay, so from minus list, it will take a 7 and 3 as a and b. Then it will add 10 plus 5. Then it add 15 plus 1, 16. Okay, so we know that thing. So let me print minus here. Let me print total here. So some will say why we are not using the list. So of course, we in the reduce we want only one single digit, which is a total. So why we are going to use the list here? So let me run this code. Okay, so it's giving a error. The error will be like on the line number 15 in the module. Okay, so am I missing something? Yeah, if I am passing the two arguments now, so I need to also pass the two variables. I need to also create the two variables, and let me run this again. Okay, so we are getting the 16. So from the minus thing, we are getting the 16. Okay, so let me just show you the example. So if we are passing here the even numbers, then definitely we will what is the total we will get? So we will be getting the total will be like, okay, let me say total u. So total of the even numbers, so we will be getting the 20 and the 16. So now we know that we are reducing this number to the minus 1 from the each element. That's why the minus 4 is happen there. So I think that it's for this video. But guys, let me tell you one thing, that the lambda or anonymous function, whatever we call this topic, is a little bit vast. And if you want to master in the Python, then this is the must thing you need to learn, because with the lambda function, with the very small line of code, you can do the so many operation. So that's all about this video. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much.